I am back. Hi, it's been a while. I know, it's been longer and longer. I keep having these breaks, but I'm back. I'm gonna try to do more. That's how I said that last time. But then I moved, and then there's a, it's been a whole thing for a while. I've been trying to get settle in stuff like that, but I'm back. And I was gonna upload the finale of Lie Eats or Lee Eats, but it's like I didn't want to I wanted to edit it first and I just never got around to it. So you should see that soon. But for now, but for now, I would just like to play this for a bit, just to get back into the recording groove. And I don't even know who I want to play. I should have decided who I wanted to play before I started. As you can see, I have all the characters. Not all of them are maxed, but I do enjoy this game a lot, and I've been wanting to play for a while. I just never got around to playing on stream. But um, who should I play? You know, I do enjoy Sora. Let's play Sora, and let's just do a simple. So, um, it's been a long time since I recorded, so it takes a bit to get used to, back into the guy, but jive. What was I even going for, Sora? I don't remember. Um, but anyway, it's been life, and just every time I would try to get down the stream, I'd be like, oh wait, I could do something else productive or just not in the mood. But I'm back, and I would like to continue to record and record more often and, improve my channel. So I just thought, just chilling, playing some HoloCure would get me back into it. As you know, I, love VTubers, and playing this game is really fun. So it's a really fun game. And yeah, it's a bit awkward. So as while I was gone, things happened in the gaming, anime industry, stuff like that. That be cool to talk about. Like for example, did I talk about? Mario, I probably talked about the Mario movie. I'm not gonna retread over that. But Mario Wonder, I did not talk about, and I'm really interested in that game because I enjoy Mario games, and it's nice that they finally changed up the art style. And as sad as it is to see Charles Martinet, the voice actor for Mario, move on from his role, I'm glad he's he's getting his rest because he's done it for how many years since Mario 64 came out? I believe it's been a while since he started, and it's nice that he's passing on the torch to someone else, and you can kind of hear the change in his voice, but it's nothing like drastic. It's just different. That's typically the thing with a lot of voice actors is people are good at impersonating them, and not impersonating them, or taking on their roles for characters, but you can still hear it. It's not as drastic as like when actors change. It's like, well, that's obviously not the same person. And but you can definitely hear he still sounds like Mario, that's for sure. And because I'm sure there's a very rigorous trial for him, whoever he is, to get the role of Mario, because that's not a role that you can just pick up, at least not the video game version. I don't know how the process went for the movie, but for the video game version, Mario's a cultural icon, a world icon, not even culture. He's like known around the world. He's like just like Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, Ronald McDonald. until they wanted to fade him out of existence because that whole clown scare, which is weird to think about. But yeah, Mario Wonder. I'm glad they're trying something new with the animation style because for a while it was the new Super Mario Brothers style, and a lot of people were getting tired of that, and they're saying, "Oh, it's just another Mario game coming out this year." And although they haven't done that, well, actually they have because of the re-release of New Super Mario Bros. U. But besides that, they haven't made a new one. Unless you count Bowser's Fury, I guess. Yeah. I don't count Mario Odyssey because that game is like a completely different art style. And it's not, 2D either. Not the Bowser's Fury. You get the point. Bowser's Fury was a part of the Super Mario 3D world, and that was in the same like genre-esque, not genre, theme art style of the new Super Mario Bros. So it'll inevitably get lumped together, even though it's drastically different. But the game looks pretty fun, and I can't wait to play it eventually. And the new power-ups look pretty interesting, like the Wonder thing. It's very trippy, and the elephant power, which is weird. But if you think about it, Mario was going to have a centaur power-up in the original Mario, or I think it was Mario 3. So, oops, it's not as weird as you think that in terms of like power-ups that he could have potentially had. Oh, and the new Pokemon DLC came out, the Kitakami one, which I have played, and I wouldn't say it's bad in the sense of a DLC, but I think the features, the things that the Scarlet and Violet featured with its problems, it doesn't really do anything to alleviate that at all. Like, aside from adding, Pokemon that were in previous games, and it's like, hey, you can finally catch them. And while that is cool, and they should have that, at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, I've had those Pokemon in previous games. If I wanted to transfer over those Pokemon, I would do that. And if not, then I don't really feel like catching them. It's not like they're new Pokemon. They're new for this game, but... And the story was very run-of-the-mill. I feel like in any other game development circle, where there'd be like a shooter, MMO, anything that is like an expansion pack, and they made a DLC of that quality, it would get a lot of backlash, and I'm sure this one gets some backlash too, but not nearly as much as if it wasn't Pokemon. Like, I don't hate Scarlet and Violet. I know Scarlet and Violet gets a lot of hate, and some of it's deserved, some of it's not deserved, but I mean, I'm mostly just, there along for the ride. You could say I'm part of the problem when it comes to that, which, fair. But it's not even a guilty pleasure, because I can admit, I bought every Pokemon game in the DLC, things like that, but I still just, enjoyed playing Pokemon. I guess it's sort of like Pokemon falls under a different category where it's more than just a game. I know it sounds weird, but like when you're playing Pokemon, it's like you're playing Pokemon. You're not playing a game, you're playing Pokemon. And I guess I just get in a different mind space versus when I'm playing like an actual game, and so I'm willing to forgive it for when it does do things like that, because I'm like, oh, it's just Pokemon, which isn't healthy in the video game space, consumer space, because then developers can get away with a lot of stuff that they would normally not be able to because of their, their reputation. It's like, oh, well, I like Pokemon, so even if it's bad, I still like Pokemon. But the DLC was okay at best. But I did enjoy the bit of uh culture that they provided in the whole Japanese space, which is weird that they finally started really pushing the Japanese culture after we left Japan. Like there was 4 regions that were based on Japanese regions, and this is the first time we've gone to a festival or or seen you know, well, there's a lot of Japanese inspired monsters in Pokemon, but this is the first time they really pushed it as a Japanese inspired monster. But still, I enjoy Japanese culture and I enjoy seeing it being, you know, portrayed in media, whether it's video games, anime, things like that, learning about it. And Ogre Pond is adorable. I didn't know that it was 100% female, and the pheasant, the loyalty trio were all male. What are we feeling? X potato. Let's go Hollow Bomb. And I didn't expect. I knew that there were characters that were featured in the DLC that would show up in the later DLC that's coming out later this year, but I didn't know that it was gonna be like a two-parter. Like they would directly connect. I thought it was gonna be like, well, you know, we got this other thing that you could do for a side mission field trip. You should go do that too, main character. But I didn't know it was gonna be like, okay, the main character from one of the main characters from this DLC just is a big part of the next DLC, at least I'm assuming. It felt more like a preview, like it was like it feels more like not a demo, but like, what's the word? I guess kind of a demo in a way. A prelude to the actual story that they want to tell with the second DLC. Which kind of is sad a bit because, you know, I feel like at times when stories are written to be preludes to other stories, at least in terms of like, you know, their direction and the contents of them, a lot of times they're like, well, you know, you play this game to know what happens, what's going to happen, to be ready for what happens in the next game. And because of that, I think sometimes games will struggle on their own because X potato. Wait. Oh, I can do this. But I don't have a hammer. Whoops. It's like, well, we can't put all of our eggs into this basket because we still got to do part 2. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be a bad film. Like I'm sure Across the Spider-Verse is a great film. I've heard good things, and I really liked Into the Spider-Verse, so I'm sure I'll enjoy Cross the Spider-Verse. But you know, I heard that it was a what do I want to do? Sausage. I'll just do the sausage. I'll say cocoa first. But it's like, well, you gotta find out what happens in part 2. Then it's like, as part of it's like, well, we can't, you know, get to the hype climax because we still got a part 2 to make. So sometimes it'll feel a little bit anticlimactic because, you know, there's another part to it, so they can't just end it right there. But there's also the idea of like it's mostly just foreshadowing and lead up, kind of like, you know, the beginning, except it's an entire story, which feels weird because you're looking for the beginning, middle, and end of a story because every story has a beginning, middle, end, and you're only getting the beginning, or the beginning and maybe the middle. but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad film or bad. Like it's like cross the side of it. I'm sure it's a great film, but it does sometimes I feel like take away a bit of it. Where like in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get the full story, at least not the complete picture entirely, and I'm gonna have to wait for the rest of it. Especially when it's like when you um when you're watching a Marvel film and someone comes in at the end of the credits and it's like you thought that was serious. Wait till I do my thing. And I guess that's what sort of turned me out for things like the Marvel franchises. I don't I don't have any, opinion on the more recent ones because I haven't watched them, so I can't, give my full opinion on them. But while I was at least somewhat keeping up on the Marvel films, I um they started to get bigger and bigger, and there started to be more content with Disney Plus and all that. It started to get like, well, I'm only gonna be getting part of the picture majority of the time, and I need to watch all of this, and so it kind of feels like, do I want anything right now? Go for like whammy water and glow stick, sure. Oh, there's the hammer. Now that I can use it here. Oh, there's the gold anvil. But yeah, basically I'm just saying that like sometimes it's nice to get the whole picture, and the DLC for Scarlet and Violet definitely wasn't giving the whole picture. But I'm hoping that the other one provides a bit more. But we can only hope. I would like to see whatever paradox form for Entei and Terrakion. Although I feel like I already know what Terrakion's paradox form is. It's gonna be Terrakion, but a robot, and it's gonna be he's gonna be rock psychic instead of fighting psychic. So Lunatone. And I hope they do Entei justice because he deserves it. I have not used my special once in this. Well, no, yeah, I have. That's a lie. Sorry for lying. But I barely use it. I've barely used it to the point where it feels like I haven't used it at all. And when I used it, I really didn't need to use it. It was more of like just an impulse thing. But I'm not here for the difficulty right now. We're just here to just get back into the groove, the jive. There's still so many games I gotta play this year, try, things like that. I've played a bit of Starfield. I would like to play more of it. My computer isn't necessarily the best, so I had to, get some things to help it run better, like potato mod. And but I haven't really played enough to really give my full-on opinion on it. I've heard good things, heard bad things, but it does feel nice to kind of go back to that weird janky Bethesda world for a bit. Like, well, not that's the world, but like the janky Bethesda like the jank Bethesda experience. Because when Skyrim came out, I wasn't really too familiar with the Bethesda or Obsidian at that point. Like I saw someone play a bit of Oblivion like a long time ago, but I wasn't really familiar with Bethesda, and then Skyrim came out, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And at the time, I didn't really have a PC, so I didn't have any way to access the mods. And so I would always be like, oh man, I want to play the modded version because mods look so cool. And then when I finally got a PC that could run Skyrim and, mods, I would go in for hours downloading the mods. Then half of them wouldn't work and the other half would cause my game to crash. But it's still fun. There's a weird charm to Skyrim games, and not Skyrim games, Bethesda games, where like you know what you're getting into when you get one, for in terms of jank and things like that. But it's just kind of charming. And I've been playing through Fallout 4 over the course of this year. This is my second time playing through, but this time I'm playing through it on PC, and actually gonna finish it this time. And for a while I've been on the Nuka-Cola DLC, which I'm not a big fan of. The Island DLC was okay. I didn't hate it, but the Nuka-Cola DLC felt very could have been a better way to play that I'm not doing it, but at the same time it just doesn't excite me. What do Asakoko, what does Asakoko go with? I don't think it go, yeah, I don't, does it go with CO2s? No, it doesn't. At least I haven't gotten it with CO2s here. Sausage, there we go. And yeah, and yeah. Oh yeah, I was thinking about oh yeah, Elder Scrolls 6. I'm still probably gonna try to play that when that comes out. I hope I can run that, but I just keep coming back. I play a bit of New Vegas and a bit of 3, but not enough to really say that I've played it, But I don't think I could really do a game like that in recording. Maybe a streaming version of it at some point when I eventually stream, But like I've said before in other videos, I don't care too much to play open world games on recording, because I feel like a lot of that would just be me doing nothing most of the time, because they are because the way I like to play open world games is I like to just not mess around, but I like to just find stuff, and like the game will be like, hey, you should go on the main story, and I'm like, maybe. But then I end up looking for things and not finding anything, and then getting lost. And it's like, I enjoy open world games, but I enjoy them in a certain way that I don't think would be very fun to record. Maybe stream, because I could just talk with chat eventually when I get to that point. And people could maybe direct me to things to do, like, hey, if you go talk to this guy, he'll give you this. That sort of thing. And it's either that or just ignoring all the interesting things that would, make an open world game, just doing the side quests, the main quest, and then getting my butt kicked because, crap, I'm not leveling up, and it's a slippery slope, and I feel like either way, it doesn't end up being fun. When it comes to recording. That's why I'm trying to look for more linear experiences when I look for games to play. At least in a way where it's like, if there's like side grinding stuff, I can just do that on my off time. But if you're doing open world game and your stuff in your off time, that's like half the game. Yeah, well, that's half the content. But I will finish Bioshock 1 and eventually get to Bioshock 2 and was it Infinite? Bioshock Infinite? Yeah. Don't know why they just didn't go 3, but sure. And I will finish Pokemon Conquest and the Light Eats trilogy. I should be uploading that fairly soon if I can remember to do that. It'll get uploaded soon, within the next week. And just been kind of busy getting things together, worrying about stuff. But I will get it done. Tired of making excuses. I'm tired of being like, oh, maybe later. No, we're gonna finish Light Eats soon, and then maybe play the next one in a bit after a few other recordings. And because I would like to get into other games, I would like to maybe finish at least one other game this year, if not 2. That'd be cool. Gonna try to record in more bulks and things like that when I have the time. Yeah. Cause I have a bunch of other games I want to try out, like what's the game I wanted to play? I still want to play Yokai Watch. I still want to play Titanfall 2. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Oh hey Ame. Still want to play I want to play Titanfall 2 because I've heard that actually has a good story. And you know, just other games. Alright, sorry about that. But as I was saying, yeah, I want to record more games, actually record videos, finish games, and you should be seeing another video after I upload this one fairly soon. I'll probably be talking about something else. That's just me, you know, rambling about things and then not doing them. But I will upload that video soon, just like I'll upload this one soon, and work on doing more. So be sure to check out, you know. Oh, you know what? I should do some rolls really quickly. Be sure to look for more soon. I know I keep saying that. Who do I not have finished? Let's finish Suisei. One Suisei. Okay. Can't even finish it. It's fine. I'm sure she'll understand. Got a Roboco outfit though. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry, please be patient with me. I will be back. I will continue to BTube. Bye bye.